What's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another bonus update patch notes review. Today we have our long-awaited 11.4. I honestly didn't think it was going to drop. Felt like so long since 11.4, with Equinox being the most disgusting item currently as we speak. And that's what I'm assuming is going to be one of the main items that there's going to be nerfed, buffed, shit like that, because yeah, that item is made so at one point the AA warriors were like in the meta at the beginning of the season for a little while, and then afterwards with some buffs to regular warriors. Okay, whatever, it's fine. My fucking camera froze. But some other buffs and changes to also guardians and stuff like that within the solo lane, it made it to where the AA warriors were kind of pushed out of the meta, and you saw other picks like guardians as well as some other picks like Odin with the ability based warriors. But now we're back to the old AA warriors, so that's specifically in the solo lane. I mean, all of your AA warriors are along Osiris, Bellona, Amma. Every single one of them are super disgusting right now, and it's also reached its tendrils into Joust as well. So back to the old AA warrior meta. Let's hopefully see that this item's being toned down a lot. One of the biggest things with that item was the fact that it's super cheap for all those stats. I mean, you either get lifesteal or damage depending on whether or not you're attacking them from the front or the back. And my cat's destroying shit. He wants stimulation. Oh, he's clawing himself, whatever. Anyways, yeah, the item's busted. Super cheap for all the stats. You get attack speed, damage, and then that crazy passive and movement speed for 2150. And same thing with Serrated Edge. At one point that item used to, I think, really be good, and what they did to change it was, I think, the price of it. And I think that's what they really need to do, is just change the price. It shouldn't cost like damn near 2k gold with all those stats, or at the very least nerf some of the item itself. So hopefully we shall see. But before we go into it, the URL to the bonus updates notes will be in the description down below if you want to take a look at it yourself. But without further ado, let's get into this. So 12 hours ago, and it'll go live tomorrow, which is Tuesday, so April 30th. Some fixes, and there we go. Yeah, Equinox. Doesn't look like it's very big ones. You can see that. I don't know if you can see the cursor, but the cursor is very small. But Equinox, let's see what we got here. And I can see under it. Oh, baby. So let's see what they say. So we're excited to see the excitement around this brand new katana, but clearly he's overperforming. Clearly. In general, the healing this item provides very strong in the early game, while the damage scales too significantly towards the late game. Yeah, I mean, you build this item super early, and you just do so much fucking damage. And you just never die either. So, what do? They decreased heal from 2 to 1, and they decreased damage per level from 3 to 2. So they didn't fuck with the price of it. One of the biggest things, I think. I'm gonna be honest, right out the gate, that sounds like dog shit. Hold on, we're gonna pull up the fucking what the item actually gives. I just want a clear comparison. All right, here we go. So this is the item it gives. So 25 power, 20 attack speed, 7 movement speed. When you hit an enemy with a basic attack from the front, you heal 2 plus 1 per level. So instead of 2 plus 1 per level, eventually getting to 22 per level once you get level 20, you're now gonna have decreased healing from 2 to 1. So instead of 22, you're getting 21. Are you serious, or am I missing something here, or is it just like 1? I mean, maybe the scaling of the lifesteal, I'm assuming it's gonna be a little bit more than just 1, but like even still, that doesn't sound. You're decreasing it by 1. Okay, and then you do an additional 15 plus 3 physical per level, and now instead of 3, it is 2. So, we can actually just pull up a calculator right here, just so we can see this. So 15. So actually, we can just do 3 times 20. This is what it originally would be. So 60 plus 15, right? Yeah, plus 15. So you're getting 75 power initially. Now, you do now that it's 2 physical, you do 2 times 20, which should be 40 plus 15. Is that right? 3 times 20. I think I did. I'm gonna make sure I do that right, because doesn't seem like a lot. Yeah, I did do it right. So you're missing, I mean, 20 power, I guess. So in the grand scheme of it, you're losing 20. So that one's pretty decent. The healing it's sort of not really that great. I mean, maybe we'll have to see, but nah, I don't think this is the right way to approach Equinox, in my opinion. I just think you need to up the price a little bit, very similar to what they did with Baubles. They just need to like change the price, I think. Yeah, because like 55 power still, like, that's still a lot. And as soon as you get this item, if you're like in Joust, it's gonna be 15 plus 9, which is fucking 24 power. So like, and that's just if you're hitting them from behind and you're still healing. So that's like still a lot. I mean, what, 24 plus, that's still 50 power, plus you have attack speed and movement speed, and it's still 2150. I know it says 2200 right here, but I swear to God, when I was in game, it was 2150. I don't know if that's like a bug or something, but I'm gonna be honest, that's not really that great of a nerf, in my opinion. It's gonna obviously do a little bit, but I still think you're picking this item up. I just think it's too big of a spike for how cheap it is. Because you gotta imagine 25 power and attack speed plus movement speed, and you still have this disgusting passive. And I don't know. You're losing 20 power at the end, but it's still flat 15, and at the beginning is still really good. And the healing just is reduced by 1, so that's not that big of a deal. So then Stormseeker, I'd like to see this. This is 1900 gold. Increasing physical power from 15 to 20. Holy shit. By 10 power? Yeah, like this is 1900 gold. Hold on. Okay, and then increased attack speed per auto from 0.15 to 0.25. Okay, so one of the biggest things about this item, we're gonna pull out this calculator. One of the biggest things about this item that was like rough was the fact that you can get up to 999 stacks, but the problem is that the odds of you getting to that is like super fucking low. So you'd get around, like, you know, depending on the game. I haven't really tried it in Joust too much consistently to get like an average number, but from what I've been seeing from other videos and from Conquest, you're getting anywhere from like 100 to 200, maybe 300 stacks if you're lucky. In Joust, it's going to be cut in half most likely, because most Joust games, even at the longer end, just don't last as long. A Joust game, you know, runs anywhere between like 20 to 25 minutes, maybe even a little bit less depending on the game. So they're pretty short. So really, ideally, you're going to get anywhere from 100 to 150 stacks. So before that, 100 times, let's see, this is beforehand 0.15. You're getting an extra 15% attack speed. And now with it, let's just say 100 times 0.25, which is now that, you're getting an extra 10% attack speed. Let's say that the game lasts long, you're getting 200. You're getting 30, and I think this will be like around 50, I think. So, I'm sorry, that's not right. 200 times 0.25, there we go. Yeah, 50. You're getting 50% attack speed. I think this is a lot better. Not only, you know, is the passive a lot better, but fucking hell, they gave it 10 fucking power, dude. That's pretty good. Well, I'll have to try it out more, but keep in mind, this is 1900 gold. This is one of the cheapest items in the game. Right around that relic dagger amount of gold. That's a huge buff. That's a pretty significant buff. For 1900 gold, you're getting actually more power, or you're getting the exact same amount of power as Equinox gives you for 300 gold less. This could be a super early spike, like you just buy Stormseeker right out the gate. Very similar to like Griffin Wing, the old Griffin Wing start, where you'd buy Griffin Wing, then go into your starter. You could go into Stormseeker, go into your starter, and go from there. And then eventually go into Silver Branch. Now, because you're going this item, you're gonna have to get rid of an item that has probably a better, more impressive passive. So like, you know, Titan's Bane, I mean, Kins. You have to get rid of either Dom, Exy, Kins, Oboe, or Silver Branch. And if you're gonna go Stormseeker, you're gonna most likely go Silver Branch. So, you know, Silver Branch, Oboe, and Stormseeker are probably gonna be there for you. So you may have to get rid of either Dom, Exekins, and that Dom might be one of them. So we'll have to see how that goes, but I don't think this item's gonna be like a must build on every single guy. I might be wrong though. But if you're gonna go, because if you're gonna go up against like a double tank team or a very high tank type of team comp, Stormseeker is just not gonna be that great. And you're gonna want to get like pen online super early, and you're just gonna, you know, get rid of an item that isn't gonna give you all that much to begin with for that killing tank. So we'll see. This is a huge buff. I'm gonna be testing this out more. I brushed this item off as like it was just meh. You're never really gonna get those stacks, but now that with this buff is pretty solid. So far, Equinox still a very good item. Stormseeker is gonna be a pretty decent item, I think now. We shall see. Hydra's Lament getting a little nerf, it seems. Decreased bonus damage from 30% of your physical power to 25%, so it's just 5%, but 5% is a decent amount when it comes to assassins, as they rely on their scaling. Why though? Throughout the past patches, we're seeing the emergence of high cooldown and burst build coming out of the jungle. We want to hit the late game burst when there's a build now. We're closely monitoring. Okay, I guess so. It's more of a conquest thing. Hydra is always a really good item. It has been for, I don't know, the past like 5 seasons or however long, you know, this item's been in the meta. So not terribly, it's not going to kill the item. You're still going to buy this item, I think. Just it's not going to hit as hard, which is fine, I guess. So that's all the items. Nothing really else about the meta like really screamed OP. So these are kind of like the things that they need to focus on. I know Sun Wukong's super disgusting in Conquest, even after the AA. Sun Wukong's just like omnipresent in that lane, man. He's always just so good. So Undefeated Body, this is his passive, decreased duration from 12 seconds to 8 seconds. So this gives a lot. Actually, we can just pull it up real quick. Yeah, so like I said, you mean it's basically it's very similar to like an Aussie, but with protections. So when Sun Wukong is below 60% health, he gains 10 physical power and 10 protections plus 1.5 power and 2 protections per his current level. So you can get pretty high up there. And then obviously if he goes above 50%, he maintains the buff for 12 seconds. 12 seconds. So they're decreasing that by 4 seconds, meaning that he's not going to have all that power, protections, plus the scaling of your level, and which scales more as you level up as the game goes on. It's not going to be as long, which is one of the biggest things about his passive is so fucking good. The magic cudgel decreased bonus minion damage from 30% to 20%. As you know, his lane clear is disgusting. He just 1-2s and he's gone. And at some point, if you know you get Soul Eater, Bluestone, you just clear the way with one ability, and it instantly gives you lane pressure. So definitely still gonna be a very good god. I don't assume that this is gonna kill him. Every other nerf and buff, and sorry, he hasn't had a buff in a while. Every other nerf that he's had hasn't killed him. I don't know. We haven't had one in such a while, but I mean, they remember he was the #1 solo lane at some point in season 10, and then they nerfed him, and you know he's still fucking good as shit. So I don't imagine this is gonna kill him either. Still very good. AMC still very good, even in Joust. He's just so safe. Does what mages do, but better right currently. So why would we buff mages when we can just, you know, nerf the good things, I guess? But you know it does, as long as they're doing something, right? So they say the bee has been a menace in mid lane, even with the recent nerfs. Like I said, it's mid lane. We are closely monitoring the physical mid build path, but we did notice how AMC has outstanding win rate and ban rate amongst his peers, deserving of a few nerfs. So his bees decreased damage scaling per tick from 6% to 5%. Remember, this is going to tick over time. So although it seems it's 1%, it's 1% each time, and it stacks up pretty easily. So that's pretty decent. And then this hive decreased movement speed from 10 to 30 to 10 to 26. So it looks like the scaling as it goes on is going to be decreased very small, a little bit exponentially. It looks like, not really exponentially, but it scales off. The more that you level this up, the less movement speed you'd get compared to before the nerf. So just small things. I don't think it's gonna really do too much either. Most of these things are just small, but hopefully after a while. I mean, this AMC's gotten a couple nerfs beforehand too, so they're picking and choosing their nerfs well. Just I don't know with their like focus on Smite 2 if certain things just aren't, you know, going through as far as we'd like. Thoth's just always good, and Joust and Conquest he's been pretty good. So with this hieroglyphic assault, that's I believe is 1. I always get these mixed up because they look so similar, but I believe this is his 1. Increase cooldown from 8 to 10. If you don't know, his 1 is super fucking short, so 2 seconds is a lot. With cooldown, you can get this down to about 5 seconds. So now it's gonna be probably around 6 seconds once you get max cooldown, which you usually are with Thoth. So that's pretty decent. Glyph of Panis is 3, decreased bonus ability damage. Keep in mind, Thoth has had a lot of buffs, and we just allowed him to have it. You know, this passive, his ult is 3, and his 1. So he does need a little bit of tone down. This isn't a lot though, but decreased bonus ability damage from 15 to 55 to 10 to 50. I don't think this was that big of an issue. I don't know why we're nerfing the 3, but by 5 power too. So like I don't know why. Not that big of a deal. And maybe we could get his ult a little bit changed in his passive, but that is what it is. I'll take a Thoth. I'll take a Thoth nerf. And that's basically it. We got a cooldown buff for Conquest, shifted a flat cooldown reduction from 5.75 per level to 10% at all levels. Okay. So this will actually. Now I gotta do the math. Let's see. We can do 0.75 times 20 plus what was it, 5. So you're actually this is what I thought it was. I want to make sure the math was correct. So at late you get 20% cooldown to 10% now at all levels. So initially you're gonna have that 10%, and it's gonna be a lot better. But as it scales off the previous way it was, it's going to be obviously better. Getting 20% is obviously better than 10. And you know, cooldown buff was pretty good. Getting that cooldown buff after the patch where they changed it was pretty key and vital. So that is basically it. Key things: Stormbreaker, Equinox. These are the main things. Equinox still gonna be very good, and then Stormseeker I think is going to, you know, might slide in the meta. Might have to make some builds and shit with that, but Equinox is gonna be a little bit less oppressive, but it's still gonna be very good, in my opinion. That's it. Just a small bonus balance. Hopefully with 11.5 they touch up on Equinox again. I don't know why they didn't just do it. I don't know why they didn't just go a little bit harder in the Equinox. I mean, I would assume with all the history that they have with items and new god releases that they would figure that, you know, we should go a little bit harder, but maybe they may be too busy with Smite 2. So which I don't blame. Smite 2 is going to be crazy, so I don't necessarily blame them, but it's going to be a little bit rough for Smite 1 for a while. But that's it. Tell me if you think I missed anything, you know, tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. We have our tournament going on still. I should have a card somewhere in this video where you can go sign up for it. 24,000 gems. We're close up to 20 people in it, so we're getting there. If you want to join, you better join very soon, otherwise you're gonna miss it. Obviously you need to join the Discord to join that tournament, and just join the Discord in general. Have fun, fun games, talk shit, and you know, it's all around just a chill Discord, so join it if you'd like. But that's everything that I have for you. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching.